Good morning, everyone. It's Serotonin. We're going to go through the headlines today. Um, we're going to start with this one, actually. Believe it or not, I'm just going to ignore this whole situation up here because it seems probably a bit crazy. Oh, there's a lot of sirens going on. I think someone's called 911, so I apologize if you can hear a lot of noise in the background, but I'm going to carry on. Um, it looks like here's some controlled op here. Macron needs to stay important and fight hate. After, of course, Merkel said that in order for us to all be free, we need to give up our freedoms. So, in order for us to be free, we have to give up free speech so that we can fight hate. So, Macron now needs to fight hate. And so, someone was paid to either do this, appear defaced. I like this. Oh, yeah. So, they weren't necessarily defaced, they appear defaced. So we don't know. We don't really know what's going on there. Nobody should deface a grave. That is clearly just a really disgusting thing to do, and especially you know if it's done motivated by hate. But just this is just mm, I get a not a good. I don't get a genuine vibe from that story. Let me just put it that way. Let's just put it that way. It's not genuine. I wanted to mention too. Okay, so we're gonna get a lot of anti-Christmas stuff going on. There's gonna be a lot of outrage and people saying that Christmas is incredibly offensive, and then people getting really upset about that. And that's just gonna go on all month. So I'm gonna largely ignore that stuff for the most part. And I'm just gonna notice that there's a lot of information in the news right now about celebrities, and it's like stupid stories, and there's a lot of it. Tons of young athletes are dying. I'm noticing this massively. Contestants, aspiring models, X Factor people, look out for it. I'm seeing it everywhere. Football, college, potential stars, potential, big people in the big, in the major leagues, and I'm seeing a lot. This is happening a lot, so keep your eye out for that. And I think that that is very suspect as well. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if, there's this whole theory that a lot of the current, I mean, going back probably generations, but that a lot of the celebrities that we see are seriously controlled. And so people believe that they're clones, that they're clones of other celebrities or other people who we may or may not know. In fact, I heard, I'll put the link to the thing below, but it was a Thomas Williams thing, and it's an excerpt that this guy from Lucid Dreamer is his channel, and he just puts excerpts from each show on to YouTube through that. And he dropped a bit of a cliffhanger at the end of one of these pieces, Thomas Williams did, and he said that pretty much everyone famous who's ever died after 1956, I think it was, is living underground and are being cloned. So I don't know. Sounds so crazy. It's probably true. Um, so this one I thought was kind of funny. This person made an unbreakable smartphone and is using scantily clad women to sell it. How's that part of the news? How's that part of the headline? Doesn't everyone? Doesn't everyone? I don't know. This is also the second attack in New York. I also believe that there was a story yesterday about public sex in the subway of New York. So this is the third story this week of the New York subway. This is the second story of someone being injured or potentially like a potential manslaughter or murder. Um, this guy's reacting. This guy he gets a letter. Willie Nelson has quit smoking weed, right? Like, why are all these? It's just, like, that's supposed to take our attention away, and that would take a lot of people's attention away. Because anyway, this one, I haven't gotten to this one. This one would be really interesting to decode. Photographed riding a horse through secret battlefield. I'd like to see that. See symbolism. I would say that too. Um, so I don't know what this Peloton thing is. I don't know. That looks really weird. Maybe I should check that out. I'll check it out. This is what I wanted to talk to you about. Okay. So, see, more celebrities. One, two, three. Out of all of the stories here, how many have been celebrities? And this one, I love this one. Model defense, big age gap. Yeah, because he's a pedophile. That's why there's a big age gap. Okay. Just to clear the air, this poor man as a child was also abused. And there's a lot of evidence to support that he was. You can check out Jamie Deluxe, Deluxe, Jamie Deluxe on YouTube. He has a lot of videos outing how Hollywood really works. This is what I wanted to talk to you guys about. Okay, this is a story. This is huge, right? A couple weeks ago. And everyone was freaking out and they were so sad. And it was such a terrible thing that happened. And it was, you know, if this is the real story and if these are the people that we think they are. So look at that name. Now, all I did here was write in their first name and crime, and I got LeBaron crime family. Oh, well, who's this? Ervil LeBaron was the leader of a polygamous Mormon fundamentalist group who ordered the killings of many of his opponents, using the religious doctrine of blood atonement to justify the murders. He was sentenced to life in prison for orchestrating the murder of an opponent and died there. He had 13 wives in plural marriage, several of whom he married when they were still underage, and several of whom were involved in the murders. Okay, this is the grandfather to some of those people, to most of those people. So this polygamous Mormon family who practiced pedophilia and murder are not the family that the news wants you to hear about. Okay? Here's another interesting thing. These people were connected. To NXIVM. Okay, I'm gonna leave it here. I'm gonna dig up some more information and I'm gonna put as much as I can into the description box below. But when they say fake news, they're not telling you the whole story. They certainly are not. And I want to take a moment here. I've been working on a video about the signs and symbolism around my city. And there are still Bronfman wings to both the ROM, the Royal Ontario Museum, and the Art Gallery of Ontario, including a portrait of Marina Abramovich in a sweater, like on some autumn day. It's like a little portrait of her looking like she's a normal human, as opposed to pedivore, which, anyway. We have to stop blindly having all this reaction to things. It's super important to try and stay neutral as best you can and have a look at what they're pushing and see what you can find about the people that are in these stories. And you'll see so much. You know, it's just, there's so many dots to connect. Okay? Let's try and see what we can find together. Let me know what you think about all this and if you have anything to share. Okay, that's all for now. Okay, bye, guys.